Good Saturday morning. Chris Allen here live on this August 17th at the current time, 6 a.m. And you may be watching it later. But anyway, I wanted to time check that. Anyway, the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, some of you may be going, where's the rain? We're going to get some. We're going to get some. It's just a little bit slow in getting here. I want you to take a look, if you haven't peeked outside yet, because it's only 6 a.m. Look at the Plano cam, and this is outside my window. See the red streaks? And a few minutes ago, there was a big red hue across the sky. The red indicating, the low clouds and the abundant moisture that's in the air, and the sun coming up, reflecting off of that moisture. And so red sky at morning, sailor's warning. Eventually we are going to get some rain and even some thunderstorms a little bit later, but it's not happening right now unless you go back into West Tennessee, and then we are beginning to see some shower and thunderstorm activity there. In fact, let's go to the radar and I'll show you exactly where it is raining. And as you can see, there's a big cluster of thunderstorms right there on the southern edge of the land between the lakes, and moving toward the Nashville and Murfreesboro, Tennessee areas. You see lightnings there with it, and some very heavy rain as West State 40 just to the west of Nashville, around looks like about Dixon, Tennessee, and moving east. That cluster was, it was forecast. The models were saying it was going to come a little bit further north than what we're seeing it. And that was supposed to be our morning round of thunderstorms, but it doesn't appear that's going to happen unless that cluster there taps into some sort of old boundary. Then maybe we'll get something here in southern Kentucky, but for the most part, that cluster of storms is going to miss us. Now, the problem with everything this morning is that there's a cold front back here to the west of us, and really it's sort of in between Paducah and Bowling Green. And two things. One, it's hard to see and pinpoint just exactly where that boundary is, because it's been very slow moving, and there's nothing to delineate itself from, everything else. So the models, and for us that forecast the weather, are having trouble trying to pinpoint where that boundary is. And because of the slow movement, it's hard to predict exactly when we're going to see some rain and thunderstorms. But I do think that by this afternoon, we are going to see some thunderstorm activity and some showers. Yes. So we're not done. We're not done with the chances of rain. It's just kind of pushed back a little bit. Again, I was hoping to wake up this morning to, like yesterday, the sound of thunder and some rain, and that was going to be nice. It looks like it's going to be pushed back later today and into this evening, but I still think we're going to get some rain out of this system. It's just, it's hard to pinpoint where that front is, and with that and the slow movement, this thing is really slowed down, then that delays everything arriving as we earlier predicted. So that has been the change from yesterday to this morning. So here's a look now at Kentucky mesonet temperatures. And like the last several mornings, we're starting out in the 70s, some 60s in eastern Kentucky. We're mostly low to mid 70s across southern Kentucky. Checking dew points, well, they're in the 70s, as you might expect. And as far as humidity, then that means right at 100%, 99, 95. Yeah. We got the humid air in here this morning. Yesterday, let's go back 24 hours to when we picked up some of that thunderstorm activity yesterday morning. Look at the Corvette plant picked up 65 hundredths of an inch of rain, over a half inch of rain with those thunderstorms yesterday morning. Then the southern sensor, which is down near the Western's Ag Expo Center, only 7 hundredths of an inch of rain. And then we had a few places out east of us where a little cluster of thunderstorms rolled through from Grayson County into Hart County, Taylor, Adair, Russell counties. Yeah, pretty decent rainfall. But everybody else, not much of anything. So we could use some rain. Those of you that still have yet to see the first drop, I think your chance still remains for today and even a little bit tomorrow. Winds this morning are light and coming out of the south. And those winds will pick up today. I think we're going to see a west-southwesterly wind later today. And we may even see some breezy conditions with winds at 15, maybe to 18 miles per hour later on. Is again, without knowing where that cold front sits, a lot of things are in question as far as the timing and how much rain and all of that. And even if there's going to be severe weather, which I'll touch on here in just a moment. In the meantime, let's check the model viewer, the blender, I call it, because we take dozens of models, throw them in the blender, and this is the output. And as you can see, today it's showing 93 as a high temperature. Now, I do expect some sun, and with the available moisture in play, then it's going to feel warm and muggy. And 93 is attainable, but I'm going more around 90 for a high temperature today. Yesterday's high was 92 in Bowling Green, so we were 2 degrees above the normal. But 90 for today, 68 tonight, with the showers and the thunderstorms more likely this afternoon and this evening. Then tomorrow, as the cold front finally starts to make its way through, a cooler 82 is what I'm going with. They're showing 84, but still, we're talking a really nice, almost 10-degree cool down, if not a 10-degree cool down, with that cold front coming through. And then we're looking at near 80 on Monday. And look at that. I'm showing 79 for a high temperature on Tuesday with lows in the 50s. Oh, here we go again. Another rare August cool down. 2 of them. We'll have 2 of those August cool downs this year. Isn't that something? I mean, it really is. It's a rarity. But we'll take it. And then we do see a warm up as we head into next weekend, and the following week we are back into the 90s, the low 90s. Nothing too off the mark, too much off the mark. It is going to warm up though, as you see there, but still not bad, not bad. And then we'll talk about more rain chances too, eventually as we get into that time period. Let's take a look at the maps here, and I'll show you what we're looking at now with the updated timing of all of this. And some of this may even be a little off the mark because of the updated timing of the cold front. Now we've got this boundary, we've got this disturbance here, which could touch off a few showers earlier than this afternoon. But that's still a big question mark. And as you see here, the updated maps kind of keep us dry. And this is 7 a.m. this morning. Now, we are watching that cluster of thunderstorms that I showed you right here going through West Tennessee and maybe toward the Nashville and Murfreesboro areas of Middle Tennessee. Then as we get into the afternoon, there's the front. Again, it's slow It may not exactly be right there as it's drawn on the map. It may be down here, it may be back here. It's just hard to pin down, and therefore it's hard to really forecast with some certainty how this is going to play out. So, not knowing that, we're just kind of guesstimating. That's what I call it, guesstimating, when we're going to see some showers and storms. But I do think more likely in the afternoon and this evening. So I think you've got, if you want to do something outside today, this morning, midday, early afternoon, I think you're mainly dry. There could be maybe a renegade shower, but for the most part, this is all going to wait until this evening now. That's the update. So here we are, 7 o'clock this evening. Here comes the cold front, and then it approaches early tomorrow morning, and it will start to shut off some of the shower activity until we get into tomorrow afternoon, because the front is going to take its time coming through. So I think there's still a chance of a shower or thunderstorm with some daytime heating tomorrow afternoon until the front finally moves out into the Carolinas. It gets some forward movement to it, and then after that we're just dry, but it's pleasant. It's going to be real nice. Low humidity, cooler temperatures. Here's Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. Like I said, it's going to be dry, but it's going to be nice. It's going to feel good. I kid you not. It's going to be extra nice for this time of the year. I will show you, because we did talk about it last night on News 40, the possibility of some strong to severe storms. It's not a certainty, but they are looking at that area from Bowling Green up to Louisville to Covington, and then pretty much in the central part of Kentucky, a level 2 slight risk for a few strong to maybe severe storms this afternoon, this evening, and into tonight. Not overnight necessarily, but just this evening. Okay. So that is a possibility. Now, as far as a tornado threat, it's very low to almost non-existent. This is not really a tornado type situation, but the threat area, or the risk area, I should say, is more into central Kentucky and not so much Bowling Green and west. There is a damaging wind threat, though, as you see here in that same area with the level 2 slight risk. And there's even a hail threat. If we get enough daytime heating, and I'm thinking mostly along and east of 65 and along 75, that's where the greater risk of getting some hail producing thunderstorms will take place, because we'll have a lot more heating, a lot more sunshine in that part of Kentucky, and therefore more opportunity for something to pop up, either just briefly severe or very strong heavy rain and thunderstorm activity as we head into later today and this evening. But again, that's not even a guarantee, because we've got to see how this front is going to, where it's going to end up, where it's going to be later, the timing of all of that. Just know that there will be more in the way of rain and thunderstorms later today instead of this morning. That's a little bit different from what we were looking at even just last night. Good morning in the chat box. Let's see here. Howard, Ann, Virginia, Tony, Patricia. Let's see. Virginia again. Yeah. Gregory. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, all of you, this morning. And of course, I'll be watching all this today as it all plays out. And if we do have something that pops up that is severe, then of course you need the News 40 Weather App. which you can download by just scanning that QR code that's right there in the corner. Just hold your phone up to it, open up your camera app on your phone, and you'll see a link. When you hold your phone up to that QR code, there's a link that will come up. You hit that link and you can download, whether it's an iPhone or Android phone, you can download the News40 Weather App, and that way you'll be able to see what's going on with that. See there? Got radar, got all the latest information. You'll get instant alerts on your phone. You'll get lightning detection. You'll get anything you need to know like that. Just go ahead and download that just in case you might need it later. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. God bless you and have a great